It's time now for the Peter Channel 3 p.m. News Report. Wednesday, November 12th, 2014. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here, and here are your 3 o'clock afternoon news headlines here. Our top story at 3 o'clock here is in New York, where 2 window washers were trapped for an hour Wednesday on the scaffold in daylight night on the face of the 69th floor of the One World Trade Center, the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. London, touchdown! The Philly probe has landed on the surface of the comet as scientists from the European Space Agency announced on Wednesday. Incoming Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell led a Republican course to object to the new U.S.-China deal on climate change on Wednesday, calling it a latest sign that President Obama is unwilling to seek common ground with a party set to soon for the party. The fiancé of a man who died at a report in Texas last month will get nothing in a settlement with agreement with the hospital. The family of Thomas Eric Duncan, the only person to die in Ebola in the United States, settled with a Texas Health Presbyterian. CEO Randall Stevenson weighs in on President Obama's call for tighter rules on broadband providers. He also talks about AT&T's big bet on Mexico. NATO officials have seen Russian military equipment and Russian combat troops entering Ukraine this weekend, as top commander says. Russian tanks, Russian artillery, Russian earth defense systems, and Russian combat troops were sighted, U.S. Journal Phillips said. Vienna, Iran said on Wednesday that it did not let a UN atomic agency official into the country as part of a team investigating its disputed nuclear attack of activities because of the person's nationality. Thrace, U.S. sailors were assaulted today by about 20 people in the streets of Istanbul, Turkey, and the assault was videotaped and then posted on the internet, the Navy said. Russia says it is sharply extending to the range of its bomber fights over. The bomber flights from the Arctic Ocean to the Caribbean Sea and then the Gulf of Mexico. News showed military forces even as Moscow continues to spar with the West over its intervention in Ukraine. Washington, the U.S. State Department said on Wednesday that it was deeply concerned about an Israeli decision to approve construction of 200 new homes in East Jerusalem. In Uxbridge, Massachusetts, a man who lived in a squad home in Buxton, where he remains of 3 inmates were found by police in September, said he spent 99% of the time in the basement and was prohibited from getting in the rest of the house. A man accused of abducting a Philadelphia woman and a Virginia teen appeared in court Wednesday on federal kidnapping charges and was appointed a public defender. The Gunnison sage grouse will be listed as a threat under the Federal Endangered Species Act, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service announced on Wednesday. Soon-to-be former Senate Majority Leader Henry Reid shown in April concluded Wayfinder, moderate Democrats to vote with the Republicans. Shares of Walmart stores have climbed at 0.51% to $79.41 a midday, trading Wednesday after the world's largest retail center was stretching out its Black Friday deals to a 5-day period rather than fitting them just one day. Macy's Incorporated cut its profits and sales profits for the year after reporting disappointing sales in the face of the sluggish spending by American consumers. 6 major banks have been fined more than $4 billion. The regulators punished them for their role in that foreign exchange rate rigging scandal that once again called into question the integrity of global financial markets. Take a look at stock market reports here. Dow Jones 17,600.93 down 13.97, S&P 500 down 2.78, and Nasdaq 4667.60 up 7.05. The day before Thanksgiving is one of the craziest days of the year to travel, no matter where you are. Verizon Wireless is partnered with Google, Amazon, and several other companies put together what they call Connection Day. Robert Wright and Ben Foster are no longer planning to get married, but it's called Calls It Quits entirely. The House of Cards and the Princess Bride are confirmed engaged with the actor known for the roles of X-Men Last Stand in 2013 film Lone Ranger. University of Alaska archaeologist Ben Potter led the team in exploring the ancient gravesite, which was located near the Tanana River in central Alaska. The lone survivor of the Virgin Galactic Limited crash out at a hospital internal a heroin scooter. He was flung from the spacecraft finally saved when his parachute automatically deployed. Ebola killed at least 2 more in Mali, and many more may have been infected, threat to the spark outbreak for a 4th West African nation. Geneva, the World Health Organization says 5,160 people have so far died from Ebola across 8 countries, from a total of 14,098 cases of infection. Doctors Without Borders are beginning clinical trials of 3 experimental Ebola therapies in West Africa in December, the aid group announced Wednesday. The U.S. military is scaling back its planned Ebola response deployment to Liberia to 4,000 troops to 3,000, the U.S. commander in Liberia said on Wednesday. Take a look at New England's alerts here. Let's move on to sports. Instead of 32 points, 12 rebounds, the Tennessee apparently held the Cleveland Cavaliers victory over the New Orleans Pelicans. He now has officially 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists as LeBron loses his triple-double. Clayton Kershaw could become the first pitcher to win the MVP award in the National League in 46 years. However, Giancarlo Stanton was the basketball last season was eliminated by what happened when they didn't have him. Peter Chaladusa, 306, ta-da, for a little Trevor report here on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon here. Southeast Expressway at a southbound side, and it's backed up from the spike all the way down from Dorchester here. Southeast Expressway at a southbound side, an accident near the split. Southeast Expressway at the northbound side is backed up around the Dorchester stretch. Tipping tunnel, slow on the southbound side, a little slow on the northbound end. Route 1 on the northbound side, slow from Limerick Neck to down to Torben Bridge due to some road work here. 93 northbound, a little slow from Assembly Square, Somerville to Medford here. 120 on the southbound side, it's slow from Woburn all the way down for Route 3 in Burlington. Route 128 slow from 280 in Lexington to Route 3 in Burlington here. 129 on the southbound side, it's backed up from the Pike in Weston all the way down for 120 in Wellesley. And 120 on the southbound side, slow from Needham all the way down for Norwood here. 393.95. Route 3 to 95 northbound from 120 to the New Hampshire border here. And Route 93 in the northbound side is backed up from 125 in North Andover to Route 133 in Andover doing the next to the 93 northbound. New Route 133 in Andover here. Mass Pike more fine on both ends from Sturbridge all the way down Boston here. And 495 more 5 from Amesbury all the way down for Wareham here. 95, 120, 95 and 24 more 5 from 120 to the down border. Route 3 more 5 from Braintree down to Sagamore here. Sagamore road construction roadway reduced to 1 lane on Route 6 westbound at Sagamore Bridge. And 95 is southbound side, slow around downtown Providence. 146 southbound, slowly approaching 95. But otherwise, all the highways run on fine here. Peter Channel News Time, 308. And let's take a look at the weather situation here on this Wednesday afternoon here. Alright, this afternoon, isolated showers, cloudy skies, about 159 degrees west, wind about 3 to 5 miles per hour, just patient 20%. Tonight, cloudy during the early evening, the gradual clear with a low around 33 degrees. Northwest wind about 6 miles per hour. Thursday, most sun sky about 49 degrees, calm wind. Thursday, chance of rain showers before 1 a.m., then snow showers likely, cloudy skies, low about 32 degrees, calm wind coming. Northwest wind 6 miles per hour in the evening, chance of to 7%, little no accumulation expected. Friday, snow showers likely mainly before 8 a.m., mostly sun sky about 43 degrees. Northwest wind about 5 to 9 miles per hour, gust at 20 miles per hour, chance of 6%. Friday night, podcast got low about 26 degrees. Saturday, sun sky about 40 degrees. Saturday night, most of the coast got low about 20 degrees. Sunday, part sun sky about 43 degrees. Sunday night, chance rain, clouds sky low about 34 degrees. Chance patience 50%. Monday, chance of rain, mostly clouds sky about 44 degrees. No, chance patience 50%. Monday night, chance rain and snow showers, most clouds sky low about 27 degrees. Chance patience 40%. And for Tuesday, both sun sky about 38 degrees. Northern temperature 60 degrees over gas skies. And that's for the Period Channel 3 o'clock news on this November 12, 2014 on 8. Wednesday, P with you. A good evening with a good positive. I'll see you for a late night report right after Sports Roundup. Good night and a good evening.